How many do you got there? 2?
Two, yeah.
Okay. So we have to make sure the strips are all even.
Okay.
So you can do that. I'll let you do that. Here's your scissors. And you got to cut them from that side.
There. Does it look good?
Yeah. Okay, now you keep making some more.
Other, this one?
Yeah. You can take one off. You don't need to have 2.
Just to get.
You just need that one.
Okay, thanks. I'm very clumsy. It's so hard.
That's not
I don't
clumsy.
even trust my hands.
Really?
Yeah, barely enough.
Just taking a look on what you got here. Full train. Full. Oh yes, you got 6 good strips. So these, you did a good job. And go over here. Let me get rid of these for you. So these ones here are more fine. So you would go like that. And like this. And then remove that top one. I don't even know if I did it shiny side out or what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did, huh?
Rough side up.
Yeah. So how many you got there now? 3, huh?
Yeah.
So now you would put one here, here, and here. And I'll get your next strip ready. So I'm teaching you Basket Basics 101. Isn't that like magic? So my knives are really, really sharp. We used to get paid 10 cents. 10 cents a day to shave strips. And my God, I tell you, by the end of the day, your thumb is sure sore. And you take a break, you go back, you sit down, you don't realize what you're doing. So, I'm going to be brave, and I'm going to let you do this.
No.
Are you strong? Are you strong?
I like to think I'm strong.
She goes to the gym.
So you would pull it this way, right?
Okay.
And to keep it that way, it's better if you pull it this way.
Okay.
All right?
So one.
Okay. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
Okay, so you would hold that in your left hand. I'll take over, okay?
Yeah, you're stronger than I am. That's so hard.
See why I use the gloves? And then you can start like that. And it's the same thing with what I just showed you. That it's got to be a little wet. This dried out on us really quickly. So you do that. I'm just doing this for you up to the first. I'm out of practice with bigger baskets. Isn't that funny? So I haven't made baskets since COVID began. And my friend Charisse Paul, she was a major collector of my baskets. She's passed now, so she's been trying to get me to get back to work for a long time. And I thanked her the other day in spirit. The love came back. It's like I became burned out or something. But when I got back into it, oh, I'm sorry, this goes under here. I shouldn't be doing that. Okay, so it's nice and tight. And then this that nice and tight. Questioning myself here. It's not. So after a while of doing this, your hands become quite strong. Okay, now okay. Let's check that out. That looks kind of oval there, doesn't it?
To me.
Looks good to you. Okay. So this you would chop off. Okay. Now you can go with your next strip. And you start on the opposite.
Okay.
Now it's your turn. There you go.
So do I start with the piece here or
Like close to
like
the
there?
edge.
Okay, so there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Remember I told you you're going to have to learn how to manipulate your fingers.
That's the hard part.
Make sure it's nice and tight.
Nice and tight.
As tight as you can make it.
Yeah.
You're probably going to have sore fingers by the time I'm finished with you.
I hope so.
You'll be crying tonight. Oh, my fingers came off of my nails. So if you love what you do, you take it. No pain, no gain. At a young age, I was like probably 8, 7, 8, 10 cents a day. And we were like perfect because we loved what we did. Where's your starting piece?
There.
Oh my God, really? Go back a little.
Too far.
Yeah, you can stop here.
Oh, there?
Yeah. Here, you can cut it off. I have faith in you.
More than I do, I think.
No pressure.
Okay, don't cut the basket.
It's like so peaceful, and I'm only concentrating on the basket.
Mm.
And then I start getting like thoughts in my head, and now I was just talking about my Uncle Peter. They come popping in my head like my ancestors. and my great grandmother. It's awesome. Like remembering them, and they're in your soul and in your heart. It's like they never left.
Right.
Like they're still with you. I was diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And the business that I was doing before, I was running a pizza business. I sold everything and I said, I've got to get back to what I love. So we'll go maybe 2 more. And I'll show you a little trick when you are finished.
Okay.
That one you're doing now.
Like this?
Yeah. And then tighten it. As tight as you can put it. And that strip should pop back in. Your strip was pretty thick starting there. That's probably why it's not going in.
I could keep my finger.
Put your fingers over here.
Okay.
Right here. And then just keep going, yeah. Because what should be happening to your basket is it should be like curving.
Okay, yeah.
So you have a nice flat bottom. Well, a level bottom.
Okay.
I have to soak this one. Yeah, my great grandmother. Normally you're not taught that way, like the way I'm teaching you, step by step.
How?
You're given, there you go, here's your strips. Where this came from, that was the bottom. Okay. Okay. Remember I was telling you your bottom should be curved?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so I started making baskets again when I was recovering from chemo. I had stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And once I started doing this again, it's like my heart felt complete. Remember I asked you how you felt? It's a feeling of tranquility, is what you call it, really. And what you can do here now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You bend them all over, around. That's so when you're starting to weave up, your basket will be even. Yeah, so after my cancer diagnosis, I started going back to my roots, like where I came from, like craft. It wasn't just baskets, it was like different types of stuff. Like my grandfather made planters, and I enjoyed watching him do it. And he just used the little alder trees, and they were like everywhere. So he made like so many planters, and he sold every single one. And I was so proud. Like we'd go out, and there was like we'd go around house to house, all over the place around Cape Breton here. And it was so fun. You meet so many people, and there's people that ask, like, did you guys come sell up in this area here? I'm like, yeah. I said, we used to love going around because the only place we knew was Eskasoni. Mm-hmm. And at that time, it wasn't this big. It was a time of, like, there was only a few houses, like, not few, but there wasn't as many houses as there is now. Right. It was like a house here, a house over there, and there. And there wasn't many cars. So we did a lot of playing around here. And when we did get the chance to go out to Sydney and Sydney Mines and North Sydney, we went out to Glace Bay and all the towns out that way. And people would ask me, like, do you know an Elizabeth? Elizabeth, I said, that's my great-grandmother. Well, she used to come and sell baskets up here. That's from my mom's side. And it's from my mom's side that I learned how to make baskets and found the love. But my grandparents, who raised us, they were into crafts and selling clothes props and many different things. That's where I found my entrepreneurial spirit. Mm-hmm. I said, I don't want to work for anybody. I want to work for myself. So once I started doing my baskets, I didn't even really want to sell them, because it's like once it's complete, you look at it, it's like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. I don't want to get rid of that. You want to keep them all. But my mother said, you can't do that. So I had a hard time with pricing, right? Once we started doing that and seeing that they made money, because one time ago, there was no welfare. I think my mom said it was like $33 or $27 or something like that.
Clark was telling us that it was $20 every 2 weeks.
Yeah. And she had children to feed. 3 of us. My father passed away. He was 23, 24. And that made a big impact on my mom's life. So That's how we ended up living with my grandfather. He took care of us. Not only did he took care of us, but he taught us a lot. He taught us so much in our young ages. You know, the ages where you learn, like, about things. I never knew anything about a job or a chore. Or, you know, we were like spoiled kids. And my grandfather would he would tell us so much. Our playground was the woods. And I was like, we lived the life. But once school started, man, I didn't want to go to school. I was part of the day school reconciliation stuff. So day school was hard. I don't like to think about that too often, but the baskets, they took all those memories and everything away. And once I found out that, you know, there's money in baskets, I said, I'm going back to making baskets. Once I got sick and my chemo settled down a little, I started doing baskets and I started teaching my kids. And they're 5th generation basket makers. So I am so proud of them. I have a granddaughter now who's 9. She's going to be 10 in the summer. I'm hoping that I can bring her up here and teach her. And I'm pretty sure she's gonna learn pretty quick.
In the blood.
Yeah, it's in the blood. Her father makes baskets. Yeah. My son. Yeah, all of my children do. And I'm so proud of that. I'm proud that they've turned it into a love in their lives. And it's something that they can turn to bring back their happy spirit. You know, no more of this, you know, I feel bad and whatever. It's all there, you know. Your happiness is right there. You get to learn what your family has been making for hundreds and hundreds of years. And you're getting to use their tools. Yeah, once this is in your heart and soul, it never leaves. Yeah. So this one would go, it's over, it would go under. Yeah, so when my mom took us back, that was around 1977, 78. I think it was in 1978 she took us back. And we started, like, we left Escazone, excuse me. And we traveled. We moved to Dartmouth. And then we left Dartmouth. We moved to in Canning. That's out in the valley, Annapolis Valley. And while we were there, we made baskets. But we also went to school too, so anyway, we'd like make our baskets. My mom would finish them. I need a pair of scissors. No, you can have those. We started making baskets. And once we started, it was like, that was it. It was what we do. that was our way of life, of learning. And as years went on, school for me was like, it was not for me. So this is a bottom what I'm working on here. And people bought and we sold so many baskets. There's like a high demand of sewing baskets, knitting baskets, apple baskets, like little lunch baskets my mom used to make. She made us like for real lunch baskets to go to school. And people are like, what is that? It's a lunch basket. And they're like looking at us like we're crazy. But it didn't bother me any. It's like, it's what I know. And it was our first time like going into the white world. Once we left my grandparents. It was like a whole new world. My grandfather told me, don't ever lose your tongue. And leaving Escazone for so long, it was inevitable. But moving back, I didn't understand too much English. In many ways, it was a setback, and many ways it was a good thing because we learned, what we were supposed to learn. But the impact we made on people, just by our baskets. And I'm glad my mom taught me this, like through the years. I've been taught by so many people. Like I learned how to make lace for around the trim of your basket. Okay, this is the part that you would bind, right? And you make a lace. And then you sew it on. Oh my God, it's beautiful. And we learned that from Dr. Granny Johnson. But I haven't really got into doing that. But I think I'm going to get back into doing things. And we used to make finger locks.
Oh,
yeah. So this became like a joy to me, doing the basket work, because of all the trauma in my life. There was quite a bit. But I don't focus on that anymore. It's like, you have to make them go up. Remember? So all the bad things in life went away. It's like, they don't matter anymore. My baskets matter. And my children matter. And I want them to learn. And I want their kids to learn. I told them, I said, this is something so important. We can't lose it. There's only a handful of basket weavers left. Thinking back, baskets were my savior. I never really, wanted to do anything else. I tried going back to an actual job. I worked at the market over here. I worked for a few years, and I loved the job. I loved seeing people. I love interacting with people. And I hurt my back. I have degenerative disc disease, not because of the work, but it's something that I've had for a long time and it just progressed. So I couldn't work anymore. So I quit that, but I was already making baskets still. Like all through the years my children were growing up, I focused on baskets because their extracurricular activities were really expensive. So I went back to making baskets. And I was going to Bar Harbor at the Abbey Museum. That's where I'd sell my work. And they had no problem buying my work for what I was asking for. And that's American pricing. Where here, I don't think they really understand the importance of our culture. At that time, anyway, when I'm talking about. But now today, more people want to learn. Is it right there, you're beginning?
So
No, you gotta skip one.
okay.
And under the next
So
one.
okay.
It's the people who you talk to and find. Me, I found, what was his name? I can't remember his name for the life of me. Somebody Leonard. His last name was Leonard, I think. And the stuff that he taught me, like, I'm like Catholic. But he brought out the native spirituality in me. And that's what stuck. Not the AA, not the talking to people. It was the spiritual aspect of it. And I find rehabs should have more of that. like cultural healing through sweats, and they need that. And that's the part that snapped me out of it. And I've been sober now for over, almost 30 years. I went, 8 grueling rounds of chemo. I think at the 6th one I wanted to quit. It was that difficult. And the feeling inside of me when I said that, it was like, I can't give up. I have children. And then I started visiting my mom more. And she'd be sitting there, she's making baskets. And I'm like, Mom, can I have your scraps? I said, I'll make baskets out of them. I'll make little ones, like what Hope is doing now. And it just brought so much peace in my heart. And just thinking about it, it's like, it was an overwhelming feeling. And thinking back, I don't regret starting this all over again from the beginning. Then I started buying myself tools and buying knives. My husband gave me knives from his dad, because my husband's grandfather was a blacksmith, and he used to make the knives. There's nobody now that makes knives in Eskasoni that I know of. So I think we're going to have to start looking out towards Quebec. That's where my tools came from, Quebec.